now presenting my senior project. So starting out, contacting programs. So a couple of my friends, we all wanted to do kind of the same thing, just to be comfortable with whatever program we chose. Our first choice was contacting John Torres at Heron Middle School. He runs a basketball team there. We got in contact with him, and we talked about the volunteer hours available, being on the varsity basketball team. Their practices were the same times that we practiced, which was right after school from 3 to 5. So that was going to be a challenge, and their games were usually on the weekends, and we would have to miss our tournaments or sometimes our games, so that wouldn't have been a smart choice. So Miss Pitts, our English teacher, gave us a list of other programs that we could attend, and she told us to come out of our comfort zone, go to something that we aren't usually wouldn't go with. So I picked the St. John's Women and Children's program, and they held an orientation the first weekend of every month. Getting there, it's like a small shelter. I figured it would be bigger, but we got there and there was about 20 volunteers waiting outside, and we got into orientation, and they showed us through the whole place. And one thing that stood out to me was it was so small, and as we walked through, we saw the families playing with hair, doing their hair, and we went to the rooms, and the rooms were like the bathroom stalls here at the school. They didn't have, they weren't sealed, so they had sometimes one family would be, two families would be staying in one room, depending how many children they had, and that set a lot of conflicts within the shelter. So we were walking through, and just the appreciation for room and board and sealed rooms, it really got to me. And then we got to the paperwork, which was pretty easy, and getting comfortable with the staff there, that was pretty easy. Next slide. This is me playing basketball with two of the kids. Next slide. What is St. John's? It's a shelter for homeless women and children, mostly when they absolutely have nowhere to go. Most of them have family that's out of state, out of country that they can't fly out to right away. So they give them a 2-month stay. The extension is possible if they don't just have these women stay there and not work or nothing. So they get them situated with work, try to get them into another home. The extension is possible if they see that they are making an effort to get home. They're soon to expand to a different location. They turn away about 200 people a day, so they need a bigger place, especially with the economy how it is now. They recently changed their name to St. John's Program for Real Change. I'm pretty sure it has to do with the new location. Activities. Right here I'm preparing food. Usually the parents that stay there prepare the food for their children. They all help, they have schedules. But that day they were short-staffed, so they had me and my friends all shred chicken, and we prepared all the salad, pretty healthy meals. I kind of dipped into this, it was pretty good. The playground activities, we would go out and play with the kids. They would go usually after their tutoring or when they're done with homework. A lot of them play video games, so they didn't want to come out. But we would play with them. We would clean the facility. After dinner, sometimes we would clean the facility before dinner. We would help out in the donation center, which was a big help to Lady Miss Georgia, because she was like a smaller lady, about, let's say, my size. But she was more elderly, so she needed help picking stuff up. We would help set up dinner. We would put napkins on the table, set the chairs up, just let them come and get their food and eat. Usually the parents would be coming from work or from whatever volunteer they do. Cleaning, which is mostly dinner or just around the facility. And tutoring, we would help the kids out tutor the kids if they needed help with homework, usually right after school, so they'd be home around 3 to 4. Next slide. Obstacles. Planning specific dates and the volunteer availability kind of go hand in hand. So like one time we went and we didn't call, and there was it was a weekend, so there was about 10 to 15 volunteers. They didn't need help, and it's off power in, and I live here right on the school. So we just wasted gas basically going over there. Balancing volunteer hours with basketball. Through this whole senior project process, I was playing here varsity basketball, so usually our weekends would be filled up, our weekdays from 3 to 5. So it was hard getting in. Well, we made it work. The facility is 24 hours, so we stayed there about 9 or 10, sometimes on weekdays. Helping and playing with all the kids. These kids don't get that much attention. Their moms are usually away for work most of the day. They're at school. Some of them stay there. They provide a daycare for them throughout the day. And all the kids they see a volunteer and they want your attention. So it was kind of hard trying to balance out the attention. Sometimes, you get favorites, and all these kids want the same equal attention. Memories. This is me preparing the dinner that we prepared. We fed them, and so preparing the dinner and lunch for families, how grateful they were for it. Some moms were running in like, "Oh, I missed my shift. I was supposed to prepare this dinner," and they were just really grateful that we were there to help them out. Helping out workers, the donation center with Miss Georgia. Sometimes we would do little things like organizing hanger